start it again.
China, Mario, you are disturbing me here. You know,
We have
enough.
someone now, and I don't. I say you're cross canal anything.
Things like this get better with time, but I still need you. Why is that? You're the only image in my mind, and I still need you around. I miss you like every day. Wanna be with you, but you're away. Said I miss you, missing you instead. And if I got with you, could it feel the same?
Focus.
Words
Let's
don't
click a
never
bell.
seem to come right, but I still need them. Why is that? It hurts my pride to tell you how I feel, but I still need to. Why is that? I miss you like every day. Wanna be with you, but you're away. Said I miss you, missing you insane. And if I got with you, could it feel the same? It don't matter who you love. It is so simple. I feel it, but it's everything. No matter who you love, it is so simple. I feel it, but it's everything. I miss you like every day.
Ke khale ke ipotsa gore morena o tsa leng.
But you're away. Said I miss you, and if I got with you, could it feel the same? The same.
Okay. Thank you very much. The reason why I asked her to come back here, I know that it's very important to talk about the love week, but then again I felt when she was singing and when they were singing all of them earlier on, I was traveling. I was traveling in my head right now, just traveling, just listening to that song, and that is exactly what was the connection with that. What I'm about to talk about is when I used to read books when I was young, I would get into the books and start imagining that moment and start imagining. And if I read, for instance, if I read about, let's say, mafikeng, I would travel in that book and I feel like I'm in mafikeng, but I'm in Malawi. I've never been to mafikeng before. So the reason why I wanted them to come back is because I felt I had tears, on my eyes. That was so wonderful. And it reminds me the importance of library. And as we were talking about library, I was telling some students the other day that when I was growing up, my mother used to beat me up every night before I go to bed. She used to force me to read. And I was a really, young, 5 years old, and she's beating me up, and I thought she was evil. I thought she was a very bad person. I thought she was a very bad person because she would kick me and force me to read it the whole night. But eventually, when I start reading on my own without being forced, each time I read, I traveled. I think I'm the living example why I'm here in Mafikeng, because I did not come to Mafikeng, I did not come to South Africa to come and study. I was in Malawi and I was reading, and then I wanted to travel and help the culture of reading all over the world. And I traveled to the two countries, in my life, just because the reading was so powerful in me that nuclear bomb was so powerful. I ended up in Mafikeng. When I came here, I was encouraging other students to read, and I ended up start studying, and I'm doing honors right now. That is because the power of reading. If I was not reading, I was not going to be here. I remember when I was growing up, I used to tell my friends that I want to be the king of the world, and my friend said to me, "Cleo, you are so poor. You can never be the king of the world. Your family is so poor that it cannot even afford it to buy cheese. So instead of cheese, you put the knickknacks on the slices of bread." So you see, when you always grow up in this environment that is so hectic, so versatile, so difficult. And I know most of you guys, you come from a different backgrounds. But I promise you, if you start reading, your life will start transforming. And I used to tell my friends that I will be the king of the world one day, and I never became the king of the world. And some of my friends, when I told them that I want to be the king of the world, they said to me, "Cleo, look at your shoes. Your shoes looks like kitchen spoon. So you can never be the king of the world." It's very true. So what I'm trying to say is, reading is so powerful, and I'm not here to, deceive you guys about the culture of reading, about the usage of the library. It's so powerful that as soon as you start getting into it, you've seen how people love, dancing and singing here. And when we started early in the morning, we had only quite, a handful of people. But as soon as somebody came here to dance and sing, everybody came. Everybody came and came to watch. Each time somebody tried to talk, I saw people going. The moment somebody started dancing, everybody came back. But there's a connection between reading and singing and dancing. Because even the singers, the musicians, do write songs and they write about it. And if you read over and over, you'll see that your life can change. So what I'm trying to say is, I want to encourage you guys to make use of the library so that, our lives will change. Our lives will change forever and permanently. I never thought I would be in Mafikeng, but this is so powerful. I went to South Sudan last year when they were just celebrating, in 2012, they were just celebrating their independence. And I didn't believe that it was just because I was there and trying to talk to people about the culture of reading. And that was so powerful, I couldn't believe it. So probably I'm just a living example of how reading can change your life forever. Because you must remember that every second, every minute, you're getting old. Your life will never be the same. Okay? So anyway, I'll stop here. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you, Lady Ambassador. We are going to call on the group as a young, I think it's a young lady, who's going to give us a poetry item.